talking. All right, sorry about that. We are getting into game number 2. We did win game number 1, even though the deck played by Midland was incorrect and did not match the deck list that they provided. So, yeah, I think it's okay. We're just waiting now for them to log back on, waiting for Midland to hop back into the game. HEARTHSTONE crashed as well, so everybody's still trying to get everything back in order. Staying in touch on the Discords, making sure that everything is good. Alright, so be sure to stick with us after HEARTHSTONE is over. We'll have VALORANT playing at 8. So if you're just tuning in, we have Badger's HEARTHSTONE is up 1-0. So the ruling from the competition council is that Midland is going to fix their decks. Since we won that match anyways, it's kind of a wash for them, so they can fix it and then continue to use the deck as long as it matches the deck that they submitted for us to be able to review before we issued our bans. So we're just waiting to hear back from them before we get started. Waiting to hear back from Midland. That's weird. Relog your game and see. I mean, I hate to ask you to do that because it doesn't boot back up again. Alright. Let's see what happens. Waiting to hear back from Midland so that we can get this game going. In the meantime, we'll go to a little break and we'll be right back. back. We got back in touch with Midland. So we are hopping in now, it looks like. So Badgers up, first game. We're heading into game 2. Again, to update everybody, Midland can still play their Shaman deck, the corrected Shaman deck, but they did still register that loss. They did still register their loss in the first match.
You dare speak to me?
It's a little loud there. All right. So, here we go. So, Demon Hunter versus Demon Hunter. Should be pretty interesting. If you're unfamiliar with Hearthstone, it's not necessarily a mirror match, even though the class used is the same. The difference is gonna come in their decks that they're playing. So it's possible that both of them have the same deck, but highly unlikely. The odds of that are pretty slim. Getting VALORANT set up right after this, by the way, so you're going to have me kind of in and out as we're watching this match number 2 between Spring Hill and Midland University.
I like to think they teach me.
All right, so far looking in favor of Midland at the moment, but a lot can happen, as we saw in the previous matchup. But one of the things you'll notice is they're running really low on cards, so this will end up swinging back in Anthony's favor. But you're seeing them trying to play cards to draw more cards, so they do have more minions on the deck, but Anthony's got a handful at the moment, so we'll see what he does. Doing some calculation here, seeing what he wants to do. He's out of mana. So there is lifesteal on his weapon there, the Aldraki Warblade. So it wasn't necessarily a dire situation though. You saw he healed 6 there.
Alas, poor warlock.
So well played there from Midland. So they got a really good draw, but now they're down to just the 1 mana.
I will still find you. I see.
But they've, due to the card text on there, they did have those costs reduced by 3 of all those that they drew. So now 18 to 12 left on hero damage, but a large, again, a lot of cards in hand here for Anthony. Great play there. The Blade Dance just clearing the board. So now he's going to throw this. He still has lifesteal on his weapon. He's going to give himself 4 attack. So heal for 8 off of this, back up to 20. A very quick swing into Spring Hill's favor there. And he still leaves a card on the board. Looking at what he has in hand. He does have a weapon that he could drop in for 4 damage, plus 3 from the Shard Shatter Mystic. So he does have lethal next round, as long as there's no taunt that comes through here, and that should be it. A real quick play of the weapon, attack face. It's gonna add a little bit more attack damage on there, just in case. Why not? And that is going to be game 2 going to Spring Hill. So now Anthony has gone through his Warlock deck, his Demon Hunter deck. So now we're going to see, what's your third one? Druid? Yeah. So we'll see a Druid coming through next for him, as we are now up 2-0. Match point. Midland has to pull off the reverse sweep. Just a reminder, do not go anywhere after this Hearthstone match. We'll take a very brief break as we get set up to stream Valorant as well. So a lot of Badgers esports action tonight. So here's this should be the... Oh, I thought your Druid was left. Okay. Alright, so we have Shaman versus Shaman, and this should be the corrected Shaman deck. Hopefully. So we're going to keep an eye out. Make sure that quest card doesn't come through, and it doesn't, so we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye out. May not have been, not saying it was intentional, but it definitely was against the rules. So even when something like that kind of happens and slips through, it is unfortunate, but in the spirit of the rules and healthy competition, we gotta report it and call it out. So one thing about the Shaman 2 are those their hero power being completely up to RNG. So even though they both use their hero power there, Anthony was able to pull in the taunt totem, and Midland was able to pull in the one that's got the 1 attack, 1 health. So the taunt totem cannot attack, has no attack. You can buff it, play another card to it to give it some attack, but as it stands, it's just basically to absorb damage from the enemy and protect other minions and face. So real quick, wiping out there. So a lot of board control here. So now Anthony's sitting with 2, 3, 4, 5 damage on the board. So we have the Invocation of Frost there coming through. So we have one invoke coming through. Needs 2 to upgrade. I don't believe he played. I don't think he's played another invoke yet. All right, so we have the Evolve Shaman coming through from Anthony here. So playing his cards and then evolving them into minions that cost more, and that is completely random. So he could up with good RNG or bad RNG. RNG was not in our favor last week, so we'll see how this turns out. But every time he evolves them, theoretically they're stronger cards. They're more expensive cards, but they may not be exactly what he's looking for. A lot of cards on the board right now. Deciding the best way to clear out of that taunt. So now we have our second evolve coming through. The big bad Archmage on there. At the end of the turn, summon a random 6-cost minion. So this one is a 10-cost card there. So you can see how quickly he ramps up in power. So a similar situation here, 27 health on Midland's side. Midland's been very aggressive, but Anthony's been able to swing it back around in his favor with a lot of good board clear. So we have a lot of power on the board. So he's going to clear out these taunt minions. I'm sure he's doing the math in his head right now. So we're going to trade those out. Do you kill this and take the death rattle? Alright, so now we attack face. So now we have the swing back. And still 7 mana to spare. He could play the Horde Pillager, bring his weapon back, and then evolve further. Which is really messed up. And he does it. So now he's going to attack, so you're going to see all these minions change again.
I will act as your scale,
Okay, so there's the second invoke coming through from Midland, so Galakrond here. Is available, but may not have the card in his hand. So decision time here for Midland. It's a lot of damage on the board, so Anthony gonna calculate here, see what he wants to do, how he wants to get rid of that taunt minion so he can go face here, and that should be game. And that is gonna be 3 rounds to 0 in favor of Spring Hill. So a nice bounce back after last week's 0-3. We pull out the 3-0 this week. So congratulations to him. Last week was so close to being a win, and all the play was really, really close. Had some really bad RNG come through there, but so it's glad to see the bounce back here, and now we're 1-1 in the tournament. Again, this is the HEARTHSTONE National Championship through NACE, so we're excited to have that to pick up a win here, and a clean win, a 3-round win there, even with some unfortunate deck play there in that first match. So awesome! Congratulations to him. We'll be sure to put that post out on social media tomorrow. Be sure to like that and retweet it out. So we're going to take a quick break as we go and get ready for Valorant. Here we are. So I usually have some issues getting Streamlabs to recognize Valorant, so bear with us. Game is kind of, we're actually still sitting in the lobby there. Super C. We're sitting. We're waiting. They're getting their server balanced out, making sure that everything's okay and everybody's in agreement with what we have. Let's switch over and try to get the game capture going. All right. Don't fail me now, Streamlabs. All right, we're good to go. Whenever you are ready. Okay. We are sitting on a 5-minute delay, too, by the way. So once we get everything going, game was supposed to start about at 8. Kentucky had one of their players in a comp match, unfortunately, which is not a big deal. Not something we're going to fret about. Give me just a second. We're going to leave that back on. Okay, we're going to turn that off. Let's change this overlay to one that we prefer. There we go. All right, so again, we're just waiting now to get in game. We are, fortunately, thanks to the Kentucky team, they did agree that we could stream as an observer. So you are going to hear, you'll be able to see both sides, but you're going to hear me primarily talking about Spring Hill, just so that we stay clear of any controversy. We don't want any funny business going on. So we are just waiting. I want to thank Conference One for hosting this Valorant season and allowing us to participate. It's a great organization. Been kind of going back and forth with them on Twitter. They retweet everything that we post, and they've got a really cool contest going right now to submit a new sub emote for them. So pretty exciting stuff going on for them. So thank them for doing this and giving us the opportunity to play Spring Hill, to get out there and compete. Oops. All right, so we're just waiting now. So again, we're just waiting for Kentucky. I think they've got one player that's in game. You can see there in lobby. It was sitting at 11-7 at one point. Now he's sitting. Looks like he's in a custom now, 4-5. It says the custom should be ours, but I'm not sure what the 4-5 is. All right, so just waiting. Again, thank you to them for letting us stream this. As an observer, you'll notice that on the map that it does give away the positions and sight lines of both teams. So that's why it's something that both parties have to agree upon. They know that I'll be in the match, gave them my name, gave them the stream, and so they can tune in and watch as well. So we hope to see some Kentucky fans in the chat. Last week we were seemingly raided by the Utah State crowd. So here we're looking in. We're just waiting for Kentucky to be ready here. If you're just tuned in and you missed Hearthstone, Anthony was able to take a very clean, decisive win there versus Midland University, taking a 3-0 win despite some unfortunate circumstances in the first game. He was able to keep his composure and win game 1, and then had a dominating performance in games 2 and 3. So a complete sweep put Spring Hill 1-1 in the standings there for the Hearthstone National Championship. I believe he has to have a record of 6-2, he said, to get out of the group stage. So we've got one more loss to kind of work with, according to his calculations. All right, so again, just waiting on. Waiting on Kentucky here. Looks like we are going to have some Overwatch action from Spring Hill tomorrow night. It won't be on our stream, but Sanford is going to be hosting that. So we'll be sure to host their stream. You can tune in for them. All right, we're gonna run our reel. Well, we'll keep this on. We'll stay on this. Because if I run the reel, then we're gonna have to reconfigure for Valorant. So just be patient, bear with us. We're just waiting for the Kentucky player to get out of his game.
Georgia.
Yeah. I just haven't signed. I'm just not signed in.
Okay. Well, on the CF1 website, that's the account.
Do I have to play on it? All right. Do I need to? Yeah.
He's never
Yeah,
seen that
I've
meme
seen it.
before?
Yeah, did he not leave the party? Possibly not a bot. He is on another game.
He's not in the game right now.
Yeah, kick him out. We don't need him.
Thank God he left. Ayrton, you're being moved up, buddy. Or not.
Wait, Smurfs are allowed? I don't know if Smurfs are not.
I guess.
I mean, I wouldn't even call it a Smurf, but he's being generous.
All right, so back now, sorry, you had some Discord chat coming through there, but we had to get Zion switched over to his rated account so we can get him in. Because on the site, that is the account that he has listed. There he is. That is not it. That's not the same account unless he changed it. Oh, jeez. Must have changed the info on that. We gotta get that updated. All right, so we're still waiting for Kentucky. We got Beef Champ in the chat. Throwing support. We had Stinny. Stinny spending some of his Badger bucks. And we got Doc in the chat too. Got some Spring Hill supporters there. Glad to see some familiar faces. Jay Rays 0502, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Again, we're sitting on a 5-minute delay, so even though this was supposed to start at 8, it should have started at 8:05. But we're waiting on our Kentucky teammate. As you see there, he's still in a game. Alright, still waiting. Still waiting. Switch over. So we see the chat coming through. Thank you for the support and the follows coming through. Hopefully we get some of Kentucky's people in here as well to watch their team play. Again, it's pretty cool that we're able to stream this and allow both sides to be able to see their teammates or their players compete. So exciting stuff. Really cool. Again, just still waiting for Kentucky's final player to get out of a game, so we can hop in. So it's gonna be a late night here in Mobile. All right, we're gonna swap over again. Should be about ready here.
League with the boys. League with the boys. League with the boys. League with the boys. League with
All right.
Uh-oh, now Jake and Shake's in the game. Oh no.
Surely that's practice tool. Yeah, he's in the range.
It's not hard. I changed mine. Bro, it's literally.
Thank you, Calvin, for showing support for yourself in chat. Appreciate that. You are your own #1 fan. This is ridiculous. All right, he is in.
Okay. Alright, so we don't have to change anything? Are we good?
All right, double check. Make sure y'all have everybody before y'all start.
Alright guys, so I go Brandon. Oh, we got Sage.
All right, good news. We are in. As the picks are coming through, Spring Hill going to be on attack for Haven, with Kentucky on defense to start off as the agent picks are coming through. Again, we're going to be intentionally vague with some of the information here. Kentucky making some final thoughts here.
No, I'm saying this time we won the coin toss. That's why it's flipped.
before they lock in their final agent.
Dude, if we launched the coin flip, they would pick the map and then we choose on side. Like immediately.
Spring Hill bringing in Brimstone,
Choose your agent.
Phoenix, Sage, Cypher, and Sova. And then we have that final agent lock-in from Kentucky, which is likely something they were doing just to give themselves some more time to discuss. So we have the Badger chats coming through. We're up to 12 viewers now. Thank you for tuning in. We're getting into Haven now. We have Zach in chat also supporting himself. Super C. Is Super C Carlos? A meme on Carlos. Or it could be Chandler. I give both of them a pretty hard time. So we're going to bring this volume down a little bit. Close those settings out. All right. So we're going to get things set up here now that we're in game. All right, let's get our observation. Bear with me. So we can quick observe. All right, very good. So Spring Hill on attack here. Looks like they're gonna full stack A with Phoenix here on point. Going through sewers. Let's switch back over here. Look at, so they're splitting up for A. Taking a while here for this to develop. So they've got to, like, as fast as smoke's coming through for the Jet. Spring Hill committing to this, even though it kind of fell apart, as we have a couple kills coming in for Zion, but that's going to be a round 1 win for Kentucky. Spring Hill definitely taking a long time for that play to develop. They let Kentucky know they were there and then just kind of lagged and stood there. Definitely need to be a little more decisive or call some audibles. So let's see what the play is for round 2. So we see the econ coming through. Stingers across the board. Recon dart. Spotting out Sova, but it looks like it only spotted the Sova. Trade kills coming through. Another trade kill coming through. And Kentucky pulling out round number 2, but Spring Hill definitely trade 1-for-1 with them. But again, a little indecisive with what they're wanting to do with their play. So definitely need to make something happen a little more quickly. And not be afraid to call off their push and rotate around. But not a terrible start, even though Kentucky's going up 2-0. We could still see some buys coming through. Spring Hill sitting on SMGs. Let's see what they're going to do this time. Looks like they're looking towards C. Omen does smoke them out. So looks like they're going to bring a rotate in over to A. Again, we're not going to be talking about Kentucky's positioning, but you can see in the map in the upper left-hand corner. As Phoenix here on point. We have the smokes coming through from Spring Hill as they're looking to take this point here. See what happened. Brimstone in the lead. He's going to swing this and get a kill onto the Killjoy. A second kill onto the Jet.
Right here.
The wall coming up. Surely the plant is coming through. We have Sova watching sewers. And then Kentucky coming through on the retake.
One enemy remaining.
Shadows traveling.
Spring Hill Sova just way out of position, not in a spot to be able to really contest this. And that's going to be a good retake for Kentucky. Spring Hill going down 3 maps.
Placing sentry.
So round 4, Kentucky off to a great start. Spring Hill able to buy rifles this round, so we'll see if that is the difference that they need. Spring Hill getting some good trade kills, not getting completely dominated. But just unable to put a string of good kills together and good trades. Spring Hill again really taking their time here. Just kind of sitting here. Not really sure if they're gonna commit here to the double door play. But this is surely giving Kentucky time to rethink what's going on as a kill comes through for the Brimstone. But it's traded well, so a 4 for 3 on the map for Spring Hill. A kill picked up there from Oninobu. That's Zach Measelback there, picking it up on Phoenix. He's gonna throw the E down to heal himself. So Spring Hill now 3 for 2 on the map. They have a numbers advantage. They're a little split up right now. See him grouping up there. Sage with the bomb.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds to plant that spike.
Going up.
Getting down. Wall goes up from Phoenix, so Spring Hill now setting up for post plant. With Cypher lurking mid. So we see what Kentucky brings here to try to retake this site. So it looks like from their side, a good slow field coming in from the Sage. Phoenix making contact. Killjoy coming in. Killjoy picking up one. Ray's picking up one as well. And it's like it's going to be up to Cypher. He does pick up the kill and the win. A great job for Spring Hill grabbing round number 4. So now it's 3-1 on the map. Good recovery from them. They end up taking out all of Kentucky's members, so they are now going to have to buy. So we'll hold tab here, let everybody see what Kentucky's working with. See Spring Hill bringing in rifles, except for Sage working with an SMG. Let's see what happens. So we have Cypher lurking over here on A to try to catch any of those rotations coming in from Kentucky. Look over here on Spring Hill side as they are aggressively pushing on C. Kentucky is already back on site there as Oninobu picks up another kill. The plant is still not coming down from Spring Hill.
Spike planted.
Now the plant comes in. We have Brim. We have Sage or Sova watching long. Bomb is down. It's all on the Killjoy.
One enemy
She
remaining.
picks up one. Now it's onto the Sova. Killjoy is sticking the bomb. So we'll see how Sova responds to this. A great pickup there from Sova. Great job from Kentucky there. And it's very difficult for Sova to understand, or Chandler on Sova there to know what's happening with the bomb. Whether whether it's a fake, whether she's committing to the defuse. It's kind of one of those mind game things, especially when it's that one-on-one. So well played there from Spring Hill, and great effort there from the Killjoy on Kentucky's side. So we'll hold tab here and see what's going on. Kentucky's still with you can see their economy there. I'm not going to give anything away, but see what they're working with. Definitely still benefiting from those early round wins that they had there. So now we see Spring Hill now committing over here to the A side. Sounds like we have contact made here. Great pickup there for Minced.
Cage trigger.
Contact made on Sewers as well. Spring Hill taking a long time to have this play develop. The smoke comes through. The Cypher ult comes through. He's going to pick up a kill there. 2 kills for the Cypher. The Jet is the only one remaining. Spring Hill getting this plant down. We'll see what the Jet can do in a 1v3 situation. Can she take this back? She does pick up 1 onto the Sova. Cypher does pick up the kill. Great job, Spring Hill. Brings the map to a 3-3 tie. Well played. I have a question in the chat there. Trickatech, how does join the team here at Spring Hill work? As long as you're a student, you can be on the team. We do ask for commitment. We have some mandatory meetings that we ask our players to attend. A lot of commitment and communication, making sure that you're staying in touch with me.
Cage trigger.
And you're committing to practicing with your fellow teammates, but you must be a full-time student here at Spring Hill College. Please reach out to me either on Twitter or email. I'll definitely love to talk to you more about it. So it looks like we have Spring Hill stacking at the double doors here. Great trade, 1-for-1. So we have a 4-on-4 on the map. One of the things that we've talked about quite a bit for Spring Hill as the res is coming through, one of the things we've talked about quite a bit is making sure that we don't just lose trades 0-for-1, that we at least go 1-for-1 as Mintz picks up a 3rd for himself. The bomb is going down, and it's all left to Killjoy, and Rated picks that one up on the side. Great job, Spring Hill, going up 4-3 on Haven. Good job, Spring Hill. So looking across at the economy now, you can see what Kentucky's working with. Spring Hill bringing in full heavy armor, and just look at the credits that they have to work with here for Spring Hill. So they're definitely set now for a while, for at least a few rounds. We'll see how this plays out, but Spring Hill committing now to A side again. Phoenix on point, Zach on point here. They're running into, looks like they're spotting those Killjoy traps there. The wall goes up. The plant is coming down, but a good interrupt there from the Sova, who actually picks up the Sage. Blind coming through from the Omen. But a great wall there. It's going to give time for Spring Hill to plant, but let's see what happens now. We have the Killjoy ult coming through as well. I'm sorry, the Raze ult coming through. And that is going to be a team wipe there. That is a clean wipe there for Kentucky. They took out all of the Spring Hill players, but they had to invest all of their ults for that to swing momentum. So now we have a tie map here, 4-4. But again, Kentucky invested all of their ultimates into that. If you look over all the, well, not all of them, you can see on the scoreboard there, the word ready there for those of you that may be new. Thank you for Beef and Doc handling chat there for me. Those are also some of our competitors here at Spring Hill College. As we look now, Spring Hill looks like they're moving over to Seaside, but we do have Cypher lurking mid, so good play. There's the Phoenix ult coming through. We'll see what Zach can pick up. He can get some intel. He does get some information. He can relay that. Did give enough time. The Sage Wall comes up, but it looks like the Raze is putting in some work. Sova on the backside now, firing into the smoke. Kentucky now they've broken through the wall, and we have the Killjoy ult coming through. So that was the one ult that they did not spend, as the Phoenix Flash just goes a little short and bounces off that Sage Wall. So that's going to put, oh, great pinging of the bomb there to buy some time and let Sova know where the bomb is so he could fire his ult, but it does give plenty of time for Kentucky to defuse. So that's going to put them up by 1 here. 5-4 on the map in favor of Kentucky. Spring Hill not in a terrible spot, but you can see the economy swing the other way. Spring Hill definitely needs a bounce back round here.
Blocking sight.
Gotta check your corners there, Spring Hill. Jet sitting over on the side. Picks up 2 right away. Jet grabs her a 3rd, and that is a flawless win there for Kentucky. Jet getting into position early, and Spring Hill just not playing their fundamentals. A 6-4 lead now for Kentucky. If you've never seen Valorant, if you're not familiar with it, it is the first team to win 13 rounds, wins the map. And you do need to win by 2. So those are the overtime rules in effect for this. So if it ends up being tied 12-12, then we do go some additional rounds. So right now, Spring Hill on attack, Kentucky on defense. But we will see that switch here in just a couple rounds. Sova Dart coming through. So we see Spring Hill on this site take here. Oh, great pickup there for the Killjoy. The Sage is almost committing to this plant here, and she's in all sorts of trouble. There's an ace coming through for Kentucky. Great job for the Killjoy. Killjoy's popping off that round. So here's our last round here, round 11. And then at the beginning of round 12, we'll swap sides and see what happens, see how Spring Hill handles defense on Haven. This was Spring Hill's map choice. Each team got to ban a map of the pool of 5 maps that are available in Valorant. Each team got to choose a ban, and then each team picked a map, and then the 3rd map that was not chosen will be the tiebreaker map if we need one. So we see Spring Hill committing to pushing these double doors here. Zach having to push through. He was caught in a really tough spot there from the Raze. Grenade coming through. There's an op coming through from the Sova on Kentucky's side. Jet dashing out of there, has her ult. Sage down to 1 health, and she is not long for this world. 8-4 for Kentucky, as we have the side swap coming in now. Spring Hill now on defense. 8-4 in favor of Kentucky. things a little differently. So we restart now. If you're unfamiliar with Valorant, now all the economy resets, ultimates reset, everything. So now we're back to what they would call the pistol round, where everybody starts with a pistol and they don't have enough money to really get anything other than that. As we see across the board, you see ghosts coming through. As we see the push here from Kentucky. Again, we're not going to give anything away. But we can see what Spring Hill's working with here. Committing to defending here. Rotations are coming all the way over here onto that A side. A trade kill coming through.
Spike planted.
Sage swapping out her gun. Still sitting at full health. 2v3. Spring Hill down one player.
Last player standing.
Calvin trades. It's all on to Zion here in a 1v2. It's like he knows where one player is, but that bomb is ticking away. The defuse doesn't look like it's going to come through at all, so he's taking a risk to try to take down some of the Kentucky players to force them to buy next round, and earn some money for himself, but he was not able to, so Kentucky goes up 9-4 on the map. Switch back over to Spring Hill side. Spring Hill gonna hold down C site with Cypher. Cypher does a great job of holding this site pretty much by himself after pistol round.
This is a nice one.
But you see Spring Hill, this is going to be a tough round for them. They're coming through with nothing but classics, and only 2 of them have light armor. So Cypher knows he's going to relay that information about Kentucky's whereabouts, as Spring Hill is coming in and needing to retake this site. We see the rotations coming through, Brim coming through spawn, Phoenix coming through spawn. They're going to slow things down to try to catch up. Sage is stuck here in garage. So look to try to sink their peaks here, as Kentucky is just in a shooting range here with Spring Hill players. Brim all by himself. And Kentucky just overwhelming him. 10-4 now in favor of Kentucky. So Kentucky 3 rounds away from taking map number 1.
Yes, this should do. That goes there. This goes here. Okay, let's get set up. This is a nice spot. That goes there.
Contact being made mid here. Sage throwing up the wall and the slow orb. The wall was already broken through. Spring Hill have an idea of what's going on here. Sage, or Sova taken out. One tap there. Sova versus Sova. Brim, Bucky Gaming here again. Had some highlights last week from him. Sage still holding down mid. Phoenix making the rotate around. 4v4 here. A lot of noise made from Phoenix there. Flew them in to where he was coming from. Great pickup there from Calvin. But he's going to run right into the Rays.
Spike planted.
So now it's up to Cypher. Picks up 1. 2 remaining. Fortunately, he's outnumbered. Rays is able to sneak up behind him. 11-4, Kentucky with the lead. Looking at Spring Hill across the map here. This is their moment here to try to snag a win. They've got full armor. and rifles. It's an opportunity to try to swing this back in their favor and start gaining some of that momentum. The Phoenix spots the smoke, does take a little bit of a trade there with the Jet. Peels back, relays that information to the team. But you don't see Spring Hill overly committing to the rotation. They're not really sure if Kentucky's pushing this or not. Sova Dart comes through. Sova Dart is going to spot Phoenix, so that gives them a little bit of intel. Jet dashes up, is able to pick up that kill pretty quickly as Brim is left on A site by himself
Spike planted.
as the rest of Spring Hill's rotations are coming through.
Smoke's down.
Cypher going up to heaven. I'm going to try to coordinate this push through. Cypher picking up one.
Opponent
Mitz
taken.
picks up another one. See how they handle this now. Jet able to trade.
Last player standing.
And Zion shot as he's dropping.
Recalling my bot. Match
Great
point.
sight hold there from Kentucky. That's going to put them on match point here for this map. 12-4. Flashes of brilliance from Spring Hill, but things are kind of falling apart. They're losing their coordination. They're not being patient. Pushing when they don't need to push. Taking fights they don't need to fight. Take a look at Kentucky's push here. See on the map, Sage Wall goes down. The wall is broken. The slow orb comes through. She'll hear if they walk across it. Sova watching Garage. So we see the push here. Cypher trying to hold C site by himself.
Cage triggered.
Not sure where everybody's at. He is able to pick up the kill on the Jet, but he reloads as he walks out into the open. Spring Hill
Last
down
player
to
standing.
2 now. Spring Hill taken out there. Kentucky takes map number 1, 13-4. GG Kentucky. They have to win 2 maps before for the series. So Spring Hill now is going to hop over and we're going to swap maps. While they get set up for the next matchup, we'll see. Next is going to be Bind. And Spring Hill's going to start on defense. All right, we are heading into Bind with Spring Hill on defense. So give them some extra time there. Only a 7-minute break between rounds or between maps here is allowed. So who we are, Bind. These are familiar maps. Spring Hill played this last week into Utah State. So both Haven and Bind. We do have a this is a brand new team. We just assembled this Valorant team really just a few weeks ago. Here for Spring Hill, a couple of the players coming in brand new to Valorant because they just really wanted to compete. The title that they wanted to play was not going to be available. We weren't able to field a full team for that. So they're switching over to try to learn Valorant, pick that up, and for the chance to compete through CF1. So I want to make sure we're in game. Yep. Perfect. All right, so we see Spring Hill set up here. Cypher going over to Hookah. Sova watching long B. And flipping over. Sage watching mid A. Reyna watching showers here. And then Brim sitting over here in U-Haul with smokes ready for what Kentucky might bring. As we see what Kentucky does on offense as a smoke comes through from Brimstone. Sage ready. Making some noise. Reyna makes contact over the shower. The wall comes up from Sage. As we have noise being made over here on Hookah as well, which is going to give Spring Hill. So they know that Kentucky's split up, but they just do not know where the spike is. What is Kentucky's attack point as Reyna runs through the smoke, but is unable to pick up that kill. The plant comes through right in front of Sage. Sage missing all those classic shots. Now it's up to Sova and Cypher on this retake here. But Cypher's down to 1 health.
Last player standing.
And by himself too. He's not able to get that, so Spring Hill does lose round number 1. Kentucky going up 1-0 here on Bind. Round number 2, looking across the board, looking at Kentucky's buys compared to Spring Hill's there. Spring Hill running with a few light armors and all classics. So this is going to be a very difficult round for them. But the idea is that their 3rd round will be stronger. So knowing this one's going to be difficult and tough, Sova committing to staying here inside of the smoke as Cypher's able to pick up 1 kill. Sage still sitting in the smoke, hoping to catch, but the SMGs have a faster fire rate than those classics. It's not really going to win that gunfight. Very difficult fights to win here for Spring Hill and Kentucky. Dominating round number 2, slapped him around with the wallet. And now we're going to see Spring Hill being able to come in with some buys. See what happens for round number 3. We get some rifles coming through. Spring Hill changing their mind. We've got a Spectre coming through with a few Stingers and looks like a Phantom. Wall comes up early from the Sage. Ray's able to jump right over that. But it could block the rest of Kentucky of any other people that they could be bringing that way.
Here.
Brim sitting strong over here in U-Haul. The wall does get broken. As we see Spring Hill sending Sova over on the rotate. Cypher holding on to B site. The camera is spotted. Sova coming back.
Cage triggered.
Sova making a lot of noise on his way over. Cypher's already down. As the plant comes through.
Spike planted.
Sova playing in the smoke, but he is spotted. That's gonna be a quick shock dart coming in.
Still in sight.
So it's down to Reyna. And Brim goes down.
Last player standing. Flawless.
A flawless win there for Kentucky.
Right here.
Spring Hill now. We got a frenzy coming through
Here.
from the Cypher.
The hunt begins.
Still some rifles coming through. We have the Vandal coming through for the Brimstone.
No more charges left.
Great pickup there from the Sage. It does trade for Kentucky. Kentucky then is able to grab the Reyna in addition to that. Brim drops. Now it's up to Sova and Cypher now. Holding on B site.
Spike planted.
Sova able to pick up one. Now we're sitting in a 2v3.
Last player standing.
1v3. It's a great position there from the Rays. Round number 5 here. Kentucky off to a commanding lead on Bind, which was their map choice. Take a look at the scores. We have the Bucky coming through again for Minced. He's able to make a lot of things happen with that last week. We try to get some eyes on what's happening here. The Sage Wall is down. A lot of noise coming from mid. See how Spring Hill handles it. The Recon Dart comes through. Is able to spot the Sage. Not a trade. The trade is not happening there.
Last player standing. Flawless.
Anyone want to get the spike?
Kentucky forgetting the spike here. It happens. Kentucky off to a great lead. Spring Hill now. Good wall from the Sage, trying to get some harass down. Recon Dart comes through, it does see the Sage. And they are breaking through the wall. The Brimstone ult comes through, completely pushing them off of A site. Frenzy's not going to do much holding this site, trying to fire into that window. There's just not enough happening.
Spike planted.
This is easy win. Yeah, I win this.
Reyna in a 1v5 is able to pick up one, not able to grab any more than that. Kentucky now doing very well. Spring Hill they need a Hail Mary to be able to take out this Kentucky economy that's running strong. Spring Hill's got to win a few rounds here to put Kentucky on the back foot, but it's not over yet. 6-0. It's definitely a strong lead.
Revealing area.
Hard push over here onto A from Kentucky. Quickly taking out Sage. Reyna trades one. Mintz grabbing 3 for himself. But Kentucky still has 3 on the map. Mintz grabbing him a 4th one. Unable to get the ace, but Spring Hill does pick up the map, or pick up the round rather. Get a little bit of momentum on their side. So 4 kills picked up there for Mintz on the Reyna. Great turnaround from there. Good effort.
Can someone get this?
So we'll see what happens now with, looks like Sage is going to just be rolling with the Classic. Sage had $3,000 to spend. Mintz grabbing him one early in showers, so Spring Hill with a numbers advantage. Definitely need to play to that. Sova in that corner that he should not be standing in. Why are we taking those trades?
Nowhere to run!
Open up the sky!
Spike planted.
Great Sova ult coming through.
Last player standing.
Let's see what magic Mintz can pull on the Reyna, even though he only has 10 HP. They're just going to stack up there. They're going to rush him. Seven to 1 in favor of Kentucky on attack, on bind. Take a look at the setup. We'll bring the map into full screen here. Well, as close to full screen as we can get. You see Kentucky's lineup.
There they are.
Sova pushing aggressively forward here for some reason and just losing out on the trade. So now we instantly have a 4v5. Not very wise decision. Great pickup there from Mintz on the Reyna, but he is dropped by the Rays. Spring Hill now in a 2v4.
One enemy remaining.
Zach by himself. He's not going to do much into a 1v4. Spring Hill just losing these trades early for aggressively peeking.
Scanning ahead.
Sova Dart comes through. Doesn't see anybody, but the smokes are coming down. Loses that trade.
Here.
Good attempt.
Good spray transfer there from Calvin. So a 3v3. Another pickup there. The Cypher ult coming through. We're going to get some intel out.
Cutting their vision. One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Mintz by himself. Mintz picks it up and he's going to get the defuse with plenty of time. That's a round win for Spring Hill, but they've still got a lot of work to do. Round number 11.
For you, Hermanita.
See what Kentucky brings this time. Spring Hill hurting a little bit. Bringing SMG, only one rifle on their side. Sova is spotted and still goes aggro into a window with 3 people. There's the Brim ult coming through.
Nowhere to run!
Last player standing. Spike planted.
Down to Minced by himself. Not a lot he's gonna be able to do. We see the Raze ult coming through. Kentucky wins the half here,
Last
9
round
to
in the
2.
half.
Sorry, one more round in the half. My fault.
Let us hunt. Revealing area.
A lot of noise happening over here. Mid A. As the smokes are coming down. A lot of utility being committed over here. Spring Hill doesn't have enough information. Minced watching showers. Sage taking some gunfire. Bailing out appropriately. Good job. Not giving away too much. Spring Hill now 5 for 3 on the map. As Arena comes through the showers, plays it very patiently. Killjoy ult is down.
Last player standing.
Well played from Kentucky, going down early with 2 kills, but the remaining 3 players able to clean it up.
Switching sides.
Spring out now looking to make the comeback here on attack. TP's coming through. Very aggressive play here from Kentucky, but it's paying off for them.
Last player standing.
Just overwhelming Spring Hill. They were not prepared for that strategy. Just bum rushed them. Easily takes round number 1 of this half. Spring Hill's bringing. Got to make something happen here. Kentucky's 2 rounds away from taking this. Camera goes down. Sees 2 members of Kentucky. But Sova able to pick up 2 real fast with the Bucky. And we're just down to the Sage. Everybody funneled in to the choke point with the boom bot coming through.
Match point.
Kentucky extremely aggressive. this is it for Spring Hill. They've got to hold strong and settle down. The game is not lost yet, but it's definitely an uphill climb.
This is where we win.
Sage is confident. So we hear the TPs coming through again.
No more
Yeah.
charges left.
LMG. Hill just kind of falling apart here, but they're able to scrap some kills together. 3v2 left on the map. Brim going back, grabbing the bomb.
Here.
But they do not know where Kentucky is at.
Last player standing.
Great pickup there from Brim. Able to snag 2 Spring Hill members. So now we're left. Spring Hill's Brim stuck in a 1v2. Takes the TP. He's gonna try to get this plant down, but Kentucky's gonna be collapsing on him pretty quickly. And he doesn't have vision, but he's gonna engage in the trade anyways.
Last player standing.
Thanks.
That is gonna do it. Kentucky
Defenders win.
takes the win. As we take a look at the final scoreboard here. Mist holding his own there, all by himself in the middle of the, surrounded by the Kentucky players on the scoreboard. That's going to do it here for us. GG's across the board. Good job, Kentucky. We will be back next week. We do have our match scheduled already, but we'll post that on Twitter. Be sure to look for it there. We'll throw some highlights together from this match. So be sure to follow us on Twitter at SHC Esports. We will see you next week.